Can I get your name and badge?
I don't have a badge.
Your name?
Guy. And who are you?
And your name and badge number, sir?
Well,
Do you have an identification?
Well, sir, I'm going to ask that you de-escalate.
Okay, the thing I'm talking about, you're on private property right
I'm not
now.
on private property.
Okay.
This is public. This is public property, sir. Can I get your name and badge number?
All right. No, I don't want to go out there. I'm going to stay here and wait on the cops because it's my right to do so.
What's going on?
I'm a member of the press. I'm covering a story regarding Broward County School Board. This place is open to the public. I have every right to come in here and see where my tax dollars go to. It is precedence in the United States Supreme Court that I get to come out and see what my public officials do in the course of their duties.
It's not allowed in there.
But why?
We always bring it to public.
It's not allowed in there. That's all I have to say to you. It's not allowed in there.
Okay,
You can't bring it in there.
Can you explain? We go to public
I'm not
meetings.
explaining. I'm not explaining. It's not allowed.
Let's use some
That's it.
intelligence. Let's speak with communication skills.
If you guys want to come in, or you want to? You
Yeah,
want
but
to?
we bring private class to public meetings.
It's not going in this meeting.
But why is that, sir?
We're here to raise awareness because knowing your rights means knowing how to stand your ground. Through the most powerful police interactions caught on camera, we show what happens when citizens hold the line. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. These videos aren't just content, cheer, they're a push to end police misconduct, one view at a time.
Hey, how are you?
Well, something I can help you with, or you just check out the cars?
Can I get your name and badge?
I don't have a badge.
Your name?
Guy. And who are you?
And your name and badge number, sir?
Well, I
Do
asked
you
who
have
are
an
you?
identification?
Well, sir, I'm going to ask that you de-escalate.
Okay, the thing I'm talking about, you're on private property right
I'm not
now.
on private property.
Okay.
This is public.
Okay.
This is public property, sir. Can I get your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Claywell,
And your badge number, Officer Claywell.
22.
Great, thank you.
We were just wondering, because you're walking in between vehicles, that there's a lot of stuff been going on with
Are you-
people messing around with vehicles. And
People
since
have been
you're-
messing around with your vehicles?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Well, brother, I've seen your little podcast thing, so I knew who you are.
What podcast? I don't have
Don't
a
you do a
podcast.
podcast or something?
No, I don't have a podcast.
No.
You're a detective?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You have to calm down, okay?
He is calm.
No,
Please
he
stop
wasn't
telling him
calm.
calm down.
He wasn't calm.
I know you.
I'm
you
not.
come
I don't
over here
want
and you
to.
try
I don't
to
want to even talk
upset
to you.
somebody.
You can. I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to talk to you.
When you're walking around police vehicles.
These are public vehicles. I'm just checking them
public
out.
vehicles, and we're on public property, and you're allowed to be back here. But we have to be concerned about you doing something to the vehicles.
I mean,
Because
I
it's
guess
not
that's
normal if somebody comes back here and just to do what you're doing, right?
No, I'm just checking out the vehicles. That's all I'm doing.
Right. Well,
That's
that's
all I'm
what we're checking you out to make sure you're not going to come over here and do anything to the vehicles.
Sir, I got no problem with you checking me out. My issue is when officers come up to me trying to escalate a situation.
How does somebody ask you? I ask you how you're doing, and
No. I'm not saying you, sir. I'm saying the officer here that came up. Where's your ID? Give me your ID. You're on private property. This is not private property, sir.
Okay.
You need to calm
You
down.
need to leave the property. That's it.
You can't trespass me from public property, sir.
You're on right here around
This is
vehicles. that
taxpayer
are public
property,
officials.
sir. I'm not breaking any laws. This is a constitutionally protected activity, sir.
Okay.
You took an
got it?
oath.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You go ahead and take it then.
I appreciate it.
But I'll stand right here.
Okay. That's probably the best move for your department and your city, sir. Honestly.
Please
I'm not. I don't want to.
please
You
don't
guys
talk
can go.
down to him.
I'm not. How is that talking down to him, sir?
You're trying.
I'm
to
saying
bait
that's the
him.
best move.
You're trying to bait him.
I'm
to
not
get you
trying to bait him.
You're trying to bait him.
He's trying to bait
Now,
me.
If there's something that we can help you with, please let us know.
Okay,
But
great.
If you're back here alone by patrol cars, yes, we're going to be concerned about you
gonna be
being back
very
here by
concerned.
yourself.
Be concerned. Okay, I understand. I understand your concern, sir. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a concern. I'm saying there's a way, like the way you're handling it now. There's a way to handle your concern, right? And that's why everybody's safe and everybody, there's no
I
issues.
introduced myself. My name was Guy. What was your name again?
My first name's Sean.
Sean. Nice to meet you, Sean. Is
Nice
there
to meet you,
something we
too.
can do for you?
No, I don't need any help at the moment. Thank you. I appreciate that.
While you're back here, we're going to stand over here and we're going to
Yeah.
watch you and make sure you don't do nothing.
That's
we
good.
also are on cameras here.
That is completely fine.
All right. Just don't,
Detective Guy.
Don't turk out. Detective Guy, turk out. Please don't touch another vehicles, okay?
Okay, I will not.
All right.
Alrighty. Take care now. Let's be thankful for Detective Guy over here. You got to thank your boss. He saved you.
And you.
No, he didn't save me either. He saved you.
Go away.
Oh.
Go play your game somewhere else.
No, no, no. That's not how you treat the public, sir. I'm telling you right now, it's not how you treat the public.
Be sure
It's
to
so
podcast
it's so funny. That's the thing. A camera doesn't lie, right? The camera doesn't lie.
That's right. It doesn't.
It doesn't lie. There is no way I can paint it, right? They're gonna see me talking. They're gonna see you talking,
But they're also
and they're going to judge us based on our actions.
Well, the camera too also doesn't pick up everybody's perspective, especially when you from sight and the way you have to move it or remove it. So
Well, no, I'm looking. I was. Where was I pointing the camera when you guys came up to me? Right at the cars, right? That's what I was doing.
Taking photos of the vehicles.
Because I'm a journalist. That's what I do. I go and I show different vehicles of different police departments. The departments. I check out the tires, make sure you guys are keeping them up to date.
That can be taken care of through the records department.
Through records.
Yes.
Yeah. But sir, all I would ask you is that as a member of law enforcement and a public servant, you should not come up to people aggressive like you did,
The
sir.
thing is, you shouldn't be in this area.
I am in this area.
Because the fact is, when you're walking around public safety vehicles, with everything that's going on,
I hear that a lot.
exactly.
There's always a lot of stuff going
So,
on.
I mean, the best thing to do is don't.
Okay. With everything that's going on, I think you would be safer, officer, if you didn't come up to somebody, where's your ID, get off my property, right?
Exactly.
And you would be safer because you don't know me. I could be I'm a nice guy, luckily
That's
for you.
just it. I don't know.
Exactly.
you.
But luckily
As
for
far
you,
as
I'm
I
a nice
know,
guy.
You could be on the FBI's most wanted list.
I understand
I don't
that.
know.
So- I understand
you
that.
understand the climate, the way law enforcement's being looked at right now, and that all the attacks.
Oh, I think that would go both ways, sir. I don't want to bring up, see, and that's the thing. So you're trying to paint the narrative that, law enforcement, I can paint the narrative that
I don't have to paint the narrative if you just read the paper or see the
you
statistics.
could watch the
Well,
news
let me-
about people being
What?
killed and people being
Killed by who?
by police officers. That's way more in the news. That happens way more than police officers die. Look at the statistics. I have
look
way
at the
more chance of dying by you than you do by me.
I
100%.
hope not. I hope that's not true.
I would hope that's not true as well. But I'm talking about, you're bringing up statistics. I'm going to bring up statistics. That's all.
I gotta get out of here for the day, guys. Hey,
Hi, how are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, my name's Captain Ashley Jones.
Captain.
There's a sign right here.
Where's
I
that sign?
can show you if you want to go look at it.
Sure, I'll take a look at the sign. Not a problem.
I'm not trying to
No, it's fine.
argue with you or not.
I don't want to argue with you either.
But the reason we got this posted is just this right here. This area is where civilians or anybody that wants to come in
Okay.
and talk to the police, they'll go in the front.
All right.
door.
I came from over here. Like I went around this way, so I didn't even see that sign.
Yeah.
But no, I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
I'm
No
heading out
problem.
for the day.
All right. Thanks,
I
Captain.
didn't catch
This is the place to learn your rights and how to stand firm when dealing with public officials. We break it down using real moments caught on camera, showing exactly how some officers avoid accountability time and time again. So before we get into it, drop a like and leave a comment to help more people see what really goes on out there.
Oh, I'm just taking pictures of it.
She went to lunch, but I told him I'm on to see him because I'm paying for
Ma'am, there are video cameras right here, ma'am. Oh, okay. I'm a member of the press. I'm doing a story on the Broward County School Board. Ma'am?
You just can't come in here video.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I have
You
a
gotta
right to.
leave. You got to leave. Sir.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna finish my story.
You can't come in here.
I can.
I can call somebody and you don't want to be escorted.
You can call them.
You cannot come in here and be.
No, ma'am.
sir,
If you can't handle it, call someone.
Sir.
Call
I'm
someone,
not
ma'am.
gonna argue
Okay,
with
thank you.
You
That's-
got to leave
that's
here.
best for you not to
can't
argue.
come in here doing filming.
Okay. You guys are going to learn that the journalists have a right to come into public places and record, especially places where my tax dollars pay. Ma'am, if you don't want to be recorded, stop talking.
happened?
Put that camera in his face.
I'm not putting the camera in anybody's face. When you can talk to her, when you want to talk to me, we can talk.
Okay.
All right? No, I don't want to go out there. I want to stay here and wait on the cops because it's my right to do so.
What's going on?
I'm a member of the press. I'm covering a story regarding Broward County School Board. This place is open to the public. I have every right to come in here and see where my tax dollars go to. It is precedence in the United States Supreme Court that I get to come out and see what my public officials do in the course of their duties. Now, this lady here physically held that door while I was trying to go in, and I snatched it open, and it's on camera.
Okay, good. But I thought
It's on camera. You don't get a right to do that.
Sir.
I'm not creating disturbance. They are.
Listen.
I'm willing to. What's your name,
This
first
is
of
a
all? Who are
public
you?
building. I'm Don Jackson.
Okay, and
This
you
is
are?
a public building.
But you
I'm
are?
head of security here.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm a good
So you
citizen.
want to keep putting me on camera, man? I want to talk to you, man.
Yeah, but you on camera in here.
Yeah,
if
I
you
am
gonna
on
talk to
camera.
me,
Well, listen. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
One thing about it, this is a public building.
right?
But that doesn't mean you come in here.
That's
and
not
just,
true.
No.
That's
you
not
cannot come in here and harass the employees.
I didn't
of
harass
the building.
anybody. They said something to me. It's on camera, but they
Okay.
don't do that. Don't set
Okay.
that narrative, man. Don't make it seem like I'm doing that. I didn't do that.
I got a phone call.
I did what?
That's
Okay.
why I'm up here.
Right, but don't
I
use their
I don't
narrative.
know what's going on.
Don't
I don't
use
know.
it.
I don't
You
know
want to see?
anything.
You want to see?
How you doing?
yes, ma'am.
Guess who they called for?
He was right here. He came in. He was filming everything. And he was told.
I told you they didn't know who I am.
He's filming. He was putting the camera in the. Sorry. Okay, that's okay.
Don't say I was putting it in nobody's face because I didn't.
Can you come over here, baby?
Please advise her about the ramifications of making a false police report because it's all on camera.
It's this guy called Big Nick. He does videos on YouTube, and he's just causing a disturbance.
I'm causing the disturbance? That's your narrative. Okay. Wow. This ain't right, bro. This ain't right, man. And her right there, she's the main one. She's the main one.
Okay, when I tell you to come over here and talk, you stood right there.
You say when you tell me, bro, or when you ask me to
When
do
I
something?
ask you.
Okay, there you go. See,
When I
words
ask you.
matter. That's why
When
I'm
I
being
ask you.
defiant.
Okay, you're being defiant. I'm
Because
trying
your
to...
words, you have to use the right
What
words.
word did I use?
I don't work
that
for
was
you.
deemed wrong.
I don't work for you. You
No,
don't
I know you
tell
don't
me
work
what
for
to
me.
do.
I know you don't.
You don't tell me what to do.
And man, you can't come in and tell us. What
Absolutely, I'm a taxpayer.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
I
but you
can.
can't come in here and
Absolutely, I
harass.
can. You see, the cop ain't saying nothing.
Okay, well, she's still talking right now.
Right.
I don't know the full story.
Okay.
But
What's your name and your badge number?
My name is Officer Mello. My badge number is 2061.
And are you here to defend my constitutional rights?
She can have privacy when she's talking.
No, absolutely not. You got to go create that privacy. You got to go somewhere in a private area.
That's fine. Let's put that in my car.
Now I know he coming to defend my constitutional rights. I know you are. What's going on?
Talk to her inside of my car.
Public place, right? Public building, right?
This says, yeah, the school
Public
board.
access, right?
The school board.
And I have a right as a member of the press to come into all public areas and record, right?
What happened exactly? I don't know what's going on. I just got called here.
You know what? Because he seems like, what's your name and your badge number?
Officer Reval, 2065.
All right, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to let him see the beginning of the recording. One moment. What you're telling me, but I might be trespassing and use that to get me to leave. Right now, what you're doing is on the verge of stopping me from exercising the First Amendment right. Now, by you doing that under the color of law, makes you liable. Your qualified immunity will be subject.
So I'm not stopping
All
you
right?
from doing anything. I'm just going to speak to
They don't want you on the property, man. You
It
can't on
don't,
the
it don't
property.
matter. Well,
If you go on the property, you will be arrested.
I'm on the property now, brother.
Go inside, you will be arrested.
Okay, I need your name and your badge number.
1990, officer Desir.
Officer who?
Desir.
All right.
Stay right here. I'm going to talk to them.
I
and
need a
figure out
supervisor here too. I need a supervisor here. Supervisor.
Supervisor's not coming out, sir.
Why not? I'm asking for a supervisor.
Supervisor for what?
Because I'm asking for a supervisor.
For what? I need to tell him why you
Because
need it for.
you just threatened me with arrest for
I
not breaking
threatened
the
you.
law.
I say that you cannot go inside. They don't
Why
want you
not?
inside, sir.
Why?
You scared the young lady that you was trying to open up the door.
I can show you. She don't have a right to prevent the public from
Sir,
coming
she works
inside
here.
places.
So the
What
manager
does that
over there-
mean?
Okay.
They made that decision, sir. There's a clear
Okay, I
sign
need a
that says
supervisor. I'm
that's
asking you because
asking.
he's unreasonable.
For
He's
what
unreasonable.
reason? He asked you for what reason?
Because he threatened me with
It's not a
arrest.
threat, it's literally
Okay,
on the
well, I
door.
want a supervisor.
It's
I'm asking for a
what
supervisor, and I
reason?
have that right. Please don't. I don't want to go down and
Go
file a
down to the
complaint.
station,
Behind it.
Nick.
Go down to the station.
Man, I ain't talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Why you give me a middle finger for?
Because you acting like you deserve a middle finger.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Well, we're not calling supervisor.
That's why.
All right.
You want to get
Okay.
a supervisor,
How
go to
about
1300 West Broward. They'll gladly
I know
help
where
you.
it is.
Exactly where it's at.
I know where it
There's a
is.
clear sign that says no
I know where it is, but
trespassing.
you wrong, man.
I'm not wrong.
You are wrong.
All right, sir.
You are wrong.
No, I'm not, sir.
You are wrong. That's why I expose you clowns.
Okay.
You know
Wonderful.
how that
Do
happens?
that.
Cops do that. Cops do that.
Sir, just so you know, walk away.
That's okay. He can hear you.
The camera can hear you.
Yeah.
You're officially trespassing.
I'm not officially trespassing.
trespassing.
We'll see about
You
that.
cannot come back.
We'll see. We'll see.
Cannot come back to
I
the
guarantee you I'll be able to come back here.
Yeah, it's on camera. That's
I guarantee you I'll be able to come back here.
Good, man. It's on full camera.
I guarantee you I'll be able to come back here. I guarantee you I'll be able to come back here. I guarantee you that. Bet your job that I'll be back here when I get done. Bet your job.
Watch as this man goes off and calls out the mayor for backing a former NYPD officer with 8 lawsuits and over $300,000 in taxpayer payouts. Before we dive in, help expose public officials who abuse their power and dodge accountability. Drop a like and share your thoughts in the comments to help spread the truth.
Right here. Hey, how are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay. That's not going to be able to go inside. Bring your phone with you, but the tripod's going to stay
Oh, I have
outside.
to set up my camera.
Yep. Excuse me?
I have to set up my camera stuff.
Tripod's not allowed in there.
Why is it not allowed?
It's not allowed in there.
But why?
We always bring it to public.
It's not
meeting.
allowed in there. That's all I have to say to you. It's not allowed in there.
Okay,
You can't bring it in there.
Can you explain? We're going to public
I'm not
meetings.
explaining. I'm not explaining. It's not allowed.
Let's use some
That's it.
intelligence. Let's speak with communication skills.
You guys want to come in, or you want to? You
Yeah,
want
but
to go in?
we bring tripods to public meetings.
It's not
all-
going in this meeting.
But why is that, sir? Can you
Because
explain
it's
why
not-
that is?
It's not going in there. It's
But-
not. It's not going.
I was
in
But
there.
why?
It's not allowed.
I was in the meeting 2 months ago, and I brought my tripod, and no one had a problem with
It's
it.
not going in now.
What's the statute?
So is
It's
that
not
have
going
been
in.
changed or?
I don't know. This is the first time I've done one of these. So
So how do
and
you
I've
know?
been told
Who told you that?
It's not going in. That's
Well,
all.
can you just tell me who
It's
told you
not-
that? Who gave you the authority to do that?
Excuse me.
You don't have that authority, do you, Officer Davenport?
Excuse
You don't have that authority, do you?
I have the authority to tell you that this is not to go in there. Yeah.
Who gave you that authority? That's what I'm asking you, Officer. You're here to enforce the laws, right? Not to enforce tripods. policy.
Tripod's not going in.
But who gave you that authority?
Tripod's not going in.
I'm asking who. Can you call your supervisor here?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Tripod's-
Why wouldn't you
tripod's-
call your supervisor?
Because I'm not calling my supervisor. I don't need to call my supervisor.
I'm telling you to call your
Okay,
supervisor.
I don't care what you tell me. You can tell me this, the moon is blue.
Yeah, but why don't you just call your supervisor and you could de-escalate, and he can de-escalate the whole thing, and he can explain.
There's nothing to de-escalate.
Yes, there is. You are not acting very professionally or like a public servant right now. This is nothing dangerous about what I'm bringing in here. This is just a tripod.
It's not going in there.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Not going in
You're
there.
not even telling me
It's
who
not going
gave
in
you
there.
the authority. Who
It's
gave
not-
you that
not
authority,
going
Officer
in there.
Davenport?
It's not going in there.
Who gave you that authority?
It's not going in there.
I'm just asking you who gave you the authority
It's
to
not going in
exclude
there. I'm
tripod.
not-
Where's the
I'm not
policy?
gonna
Can you
explain
show
that
it to me?
I'm not explaining anything to you. It's
But
not going
why
in.
wouldn't you?
It's not going in.
But why wouldn't you, officer?
Because I'm not going to.
I'm not understanding what you're trying to do here. You're trying to keep the press out?
Just keep it going.
Okay,
No,
but
I'm
are you?
keeping the
I
press
don't
in.
want to keep.
You can bring your little thing in. You're not bringing the tripod in.
But why?
Because you can't.
Because you just can't.
No.
That's your reasoning.
That's
Are there
it.
chairs
That's
in there?
the only reason.
Chairs are heavier than this. If there's chairs in there.
He's not even giving a reason.
People are heavier than that.
What's the
The
statute,
tripod's
Officer
not going in.
Davenport? What's the statute behind us not being able to bring our tripod?
You're law enforcement,
You're
sir.
not bringing it in. That's
There's
it.
got to be. There has to be a legal statute.
Are you a former NYPD officer like Kenneth Baker?
Don't worry about where I work.
Is that you were from?
Don't worry about.
Listen, you need to calm down. There's no reason to be all
I'm not-
upset.
excuse me.
There's
Guys,
no reason
can
to
we
be all
move to the
upset.
side, please?
There's
Can
no
you please
reason to
move
be
to
all
the side?
upset.
Come on,
No.
forward.
You don't need to touch my
Dude,
stuff.
don't put your hands on me.
I just
Don't
pushed
put
your
your-
hand
don't
away.
put your hands on me.
I pushed your hand away from touching my
Come on,
equipment.
come on.
That's all.
Excuse me?
You don't need to touch my
No,
equipment.
no. Put
I
your
just-
hands on me again, and you're gonna be out of here. Okay?
I just pushed your hand gently away from grabbing my equipment. That's all. You shouldn't be grabbing my equipment. That's all.
I didn't grab you. I moved your friend to the side. I didn't grab your
Well, yeah, you tried.
No,
you touched
no, I
me.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, for
No,
sure
I
you
didn't.
did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have it on video.
I don't care. I don't care.
You don't care about a lot of things, Officer Davenport. Officer Davenport, there's no reason to treat the members of the public this way.
I'm not treating you guys.
You
I
are.
think you guys are great. You do your own thing, but you're not bringing the tripod.
But why? You're not even answering
Right
why.
there, Aaron Fremar.
But you're not answering
Hey,
why.
could you do me a favor? Just move to the side so that people can come in.
Well, we want to come in.
You can, but the
Yeah,
tripod
let's
can't.
come in. Just step aside and let us come in.
You go ahead and go on in. I guarantee this is not going to go in.
But you have no authority to do that.
Great, thank you.
The only authority you have to keep my tripod out is going to use physical force. That's the only authority. I'm asking you to call a supervisor. You don't want to call a supervisor, Officer Davenport. What is the issue
I'm
here?
the person that's on duty today.
You're not in charge of this building, Officer Davenport. You're not.
Listen, right
You're
now,
not an
you guys-
elected
you guys-
official.
you guys are interrupting
You're
the
not
meeting.
I'm not interrupting anything.
Yes, you are.
You're not an
You're
elected
interrupting
official.
the
You're not
meeting.
you're not an elected official.
Yeah.
You're not an elected official. You have no authority to make rules of what comes in and out of a building.
Okay, I guarantee
Can you
I
exclude
guarantee
people
you-
based on their color?
I can guarantee
Can you
this
exclude
is
people
gonna
based
go
on their
in.
race? Can you exclude people from this building based on their race? Can you just make based on what you're telling me? You can make any rule.
You tell me.
You can make any rule you
You
want.
tell me. Yeah, I guess if you say so. If you say so.
But who? Can you just tell me who gave you the authority to exclude? Why not?
You keep talking. You keep
Why?
just
It's
running
called
your mouth.
conversation.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not running mouth. It's
No,
called
no.
conversation.
You got your buddy videotaping me.
Documenting.
And I'm supposed to be, I guess, intimidated. You know, you guys doing
If
this.
you're
you know?
intimidated by a camera, that's
Trust me, I'm not.
Oh,
Trust me.
good.
Trust me,
Good.
I'm
It's a good thing that you're not, Officer Davenport, because you shouldn't be. It's just the camera.
And
Nothing to
you
be
are.
worried
You're being
about.
you're being extremely polite, but you cannot bring that in. I'm trying to be polite too. I'm not trying to be rude. I haven't raised my voice at
Okay.
you.
All
I'm
right.
just telling you, you can't bring that.
It's just ridiculous, and you're not.
know.
And it's ridiculous that you won't even say where you're getting this perceived authority, and you won't call your supervisor.
I'm not calling anybody.
It's not your policy of the Village of Cold Spring to call
I'm
the
not
supervisor.
calling- I'm not calling anybody.
I'm requesting a supervisor.
I'm not getting a supervisor.
So you're going against your policy.
I'm not going to give my policy.
It is your policy.
No, it's not my policy. For what? If I had a valid reason to call my supervisor.
The valid reason is someone is
No.
asking you. A member of the public is asking you to speak to your supervisor. That's a
it's
valid
not-
reason because you are
I'm
trying
telling
to.
you can't bring that in and get
Oh
trouble
yeah,
if
of
you
course.
speak to supervisor. There's no
You-
need for me to call
of
my
course, I'm not
supervisor.
going to bring it in because what am I going to go? You're an
right.
armed man. What am I going to? I'm a journalist.
please. Come
I'm not. I'm not going to just go past
on,
you. Of course, I'm not. Because you're acting all tough. Like if you
not
weren't
acting
having.
tough.
Yes, you
I'm not
are.
acting
You're
tough.
saying you're not going to bring that in here.
You're
Of
not
course,
gonna
I'm
bring
not.
it in.
Of course, I'm not. But
Okay, so then why do you even have
but
a
if you weren't
conversation?
wearing that uniform, and you didn't have that gun, you wouldn't talk to me that way. But it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
You wouldn't.
if you say
You
so.
wouldn't.
If
You
you say
wouldn't.
so.
I know you wouldn't.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm just saying. I know you wouldn't.
Okay.
But Davenport, one thing you said is that you were being polite, and whether you're being polite or not polite, you're still shredding your rights. And you're
Excuse
not
me.
putting the statute there behind this.
Absolutely ridiculous. No filming behind this point.
Name and address for the record, or simply say decline.
I decline.
And we start the timer. Go ahead. Sir, are you speaking?
Yeah, I am. Good evening. My name is Sean Paul Reyes. I'm an independent journalist and owner of Long Island Audit, Inc. I want to be clear. I am not a resident of the village of Cold Spring. I do, however, pay New York state and federal taxes, which I'm sure the village has no problem receiving. I am here today to peacefully exercise my First Amendment right to petition my grievances to my government. Firstly, Mayor Kathleen Foley, shame on you. You were elected to serve the people of Cold Spring. Mayor Foley, you hired Kenneth Baker as a patrolman for the village of Cold Spring, knowing he was a disgraced former NYPD officer with 8 lawsuits against him, costing taxpayers over $300,000. Do you honestly believe that decision was in the best interest of the constituents? I think not. Truthfully, it sounds like you owed someone a favor. Secondly, when confronted publicly with this information by Leroy Truth Investigations, you doubled down. You treated Leroy with such disdain and had him thrown out of the building. Lastly, if all that wasn't bad enough, you are now censoring public comments on the village's social media, which I will remind you is illegal, Mayor, and will lead to the village being sued in federal court for First Amendment violations. I guess you don't care. You've already demonstrated you will employ a disgraced public servant with over 8 lawsuits against him for constitutional rights violations. Mayor Foley, ignoring the public's legitimate concerns regarding your hiring practices and Officer Baker's pattern of tyranny and corruption isn't going to solve anything. In fact, it will only hurt the village as this story becomes more prominent. I am sure tourists will boycott the village, costing you dearly in revenue. You need to step up and do your job. We the people demand that you fire Officer Kenneth Baker. He has no business serving the public in any capacity, let alone as a law enforcement officer. Fire him before he bankrupts the village of Cold Spring with another lawsuit. Choose your next steps carefully, Mayor. We the people are watching. Thank you.
Your comments have been entered into the record.
So are you going to answer any questions, Mrs. Mayor? Are you going to answer any questions? Why would you? It just doesn't make any sense, Miss Mayor. Why would you have somebody on your police department that is so boldly corrupt? You just don't care? You just don't care, huh?
We raise awareness because knowing your rights means standing your ground. These real moments show officers abusing power and citizens pushing back with the law. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Knowledge fights silence.